Now we can work on making this header mobile responsive. So let's have a look to see what it would look like on a mobile. So we can change the size of my monitor. Let's do iPhone 12. Let's do 100%. And it doesn't really look pretty good. And also with this get a free quote, people will probably want to click that on a mobile, not a desktop. So if we remove this, if you click on here, it's not really nice that someone has to open up Skype to make a call. So let's just change that and make sure that this click to call button only appears on a mobile device. So let's go back to Elementor, and what we can do is actually change the view to mobile, and we can see the view here. Now we can make some changes. So what I'll probably do, let's just go back to desktop, and you can actually make a change to this. So let's get rid of where let's go into, and let's go to contact page. So on the contact page, there'll probably be some information that they can inquire for a quote. And because it's not a phone call anymore, let's remove this icon. So it just says get a free quote. So if we update this and refresh the page, it should take you to the contact us, which is great. We'll create this page later on. Let's go back to the home page and jump back into Elementor. Now if we go to the mobile view, we don't really want this to appear on the mobile because it's, it does look pretty clunky and quite big. So what we can do, we can actually remove the view from the mobile. So let's just go here and go to advanced. If you scroll down, you can see responsive, and we're going to hide it on a desktop, and you also want to hide it on a tablet. So if we quickly preview it here, let's have a look. No, we're going to hide it. We're going to hide it from the mobile. That's the right way around. You can see it disappears when it's on a mobile. Now it's disappeared. That's great, but the placing of this nav here, you can see it's got a mobile nav. It's all in the wrong place. So let's tidy this up now. So the first thing we need to do, we need to actually play about with the spacing between the logo and the navigation. Let's go to editing mode, and we can actually change the size of this. So we want this to be, let's say 40% of the width. Okay, and then we probably need to change this so it fits. So let's give this say 60%. Okay, so if we preview this, you can see it's looking much better here. Great. Now you can also add in a icon for a telephone call. So that's will prompt the visitor to actually want to make a call to actually get a quote. So we can drop in an icon. So let's have a look for an icon widget. Throw this icon in here, and we can just change this icon to a phone. I think this phone will do. That looks good. You can also change the color of this phone. So let's give this our orange, and then when you hover over it, it will change to blue. So just preview this, and it's looking pretty good. However, you can see that it's definitely in the wrong place. We can tidy that up now, but let's just sort the numbers out. So let's go back. Let's go back to desktop. Oh, let's do here. I can't actually see the number, and we can add the number in a minute. You can see the icon appears here. Don't worry, we can remove that from the desktop in a minute. So go back to responsive mode. Okay. And work on lining everything up. So let's click on this. So let's see if we can get this aligned. So top of that, that's fine. Let's just change the size of this. Let's do 35. Okay, so we preview this. Everything is looking like it's coming into place. So let's click on that to make sure that everything there at the top. Go back, still looking good. And we're just gonna move this across a little bit, so let's take out and let's do this. Move this up a bit. And I want to make change the color, so that blue, that gray is looking a bit out of place. So go to style and go to the toggle button, and let's do the background color blue, and the color of the little bars, we can have that white. It's looking good. So it's slightly a bit bigger than this icon. So let's move this up to 37. Let's preview this. It's looking fine, but let's get it aligned a bit more. Let's bring up a couple of pixels. I think that looks aligned. That's looking a bit better. That's good. So we can now add a number to this button. So we're looking for contact URL, tell, paste a number in there, then we should be good. Looking fine. So let's just update this and see what it looks like on the home page. Refresh the page. Aha, you can actually see it on the desktop. Let's just go back and hide it from the desktop. Responsive, I want to hide on the desktop and hide on a tablet. Let's update this. Let's go back and refresh the page. Great, so if we click on get a quote, you can see it's gone to contact us. We'll sort that page out later. And let's change this view to an iPhone. Aha, so you can see now that the buttons, the navigation are looking good. If we click onto that, it's going to ask me to open up Skype because I'm on a desktop. Great. So if we go back, what I want to do is just style this out a little bit more because it looks a little bit flat. So go back over to Elementor, and what I want to do is actually change the color of the background on when you hover over it. So if I click onto this, you can see it's black. So let me just select that, and we can now go over to the drop down. Now we've selected the navigation, and if we go over to hover, let's change the background to this orange. So that's looking good. Now if we update the header, have a check, refresh the page, yeah, it's looking fine. It will actually work much better on a mobile, but this gives us a good indication of what it will look like. We'll work on making the rest of the site responsive later, but now we can say that we have done the header for this section.